Hello, everybody. Welcome to BNI Talks. This week, we've got Jenni Butz, and we are talking about Better Together days. What's that, you ask? Well, you're going to find out all about it right now. Hey, Jenni, why don't you introduce yourself, even though everyone knows who you are at this point?
Hi. I know. I feel like the BNI Talks have become the Steve and Jenni Talks.
Steve and Jenni show always works for me.
I like it too. Yeah, I am Jenni Butz, and I am the Director of Training and Sales Execution for the U.S. core regions. And I am just thrilled to be bringing lots and lots of visitors and tools your way so that your businesses can thrive through BNI. Bam.
Thank you. So we are talking about building your business with Better Together days. And so why not start with a poll? All right, let's, I can find the poll. Poll.
Well,
it's the word polls. There we go.
Here's a sneak peek, everybody.
And lots, I know. All right, so here it is. What would be possible if your business were 10 to 50% more profitable this year? This is multiple choice. You can choose more than one thing. So is it, for those who are driving around, is it more vacation options? Are you going to pay off your debt? Are you going to expand your business? Pay for college? Home improvements? If it's an other, put it into the chat. Let's find out what you would do with that extra cash. And finally, kegger. You're just going to blow it on a party.
What did you add to my
I'm watching you kegger people.
A big party.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. And why couldn't we do all of the above?
That's right.
I mean, I guess it depends on what 10% of your business would be and if you are financially stable when you start.
Yeah, exactly. But I know a lot of you have college debt, or you've got kids in college or about to get into college, and that's a big bill. Yeah. Extra cash is always great. Oh, there's a wedding for Maria.
Yeah, yes. All of these others.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Barry's coming to my place at 4. Barry, you're responsible for the cake.
The day after St. Patrick's Day party in Boston, that'll be something.
That's a good time. That is a good time. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so let's end this poll and see what we wound up with. I'll give you 10 more seconds to vote if you haven't already.
Friday, 5 o'clock somewhere. That's right. Everybody. Wow. If we just had any idea what we would have been advertising for this.
I have to tell you, Fridays at noon is my favorite BNI time of the week.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
All right. So there you go. There are your results. And yeah, pretty good. All right. I appreciate the restraint in not voting for the kegger. Even though you're
college, smallage. Look at that. College. Yeah.
But look at that. Expand my business. I love people who they make extra money and they invest it into the business to make it even better. That's a great thing. Mm-hmm. Home improvements, always important, right? And I like people like, you know what? If I have any extra cash, I'm going on vacation. This is like the year for everyone because so many people didn't go anywhere the past couple of years just because they didn't want to fly or whatever. And so.
And they don't know if we will be able to in 6 months. So let's do it now.
And you can call Ron because he's got a travel agency. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So obviously there's a need for this extra cash because it's already spent here on all these different things, right? Mm-hmm. So Jenni, tell us what to do next.
Yeah. Do you want to keep sharing or you want me to drive?
You can go. You want to do it?
All right.
I'll stop my share. There you go.
I think I just wrested it away from you.
Oh, all right. You can steal it back. All right. Here we go.
It's working. All right. So
Hold on, Jenni. I am seeing both screens right now. Is everybody seeing 2 screens or just one?
What am I doing here? New share.
Yeah, everybody's seeing 2 screens, Jenni. We're seeing, yeah, that's the one. There we go.
Pay no attention to that old lady behind the curtain.
All right, we're good.
So if we are going to have goals to grow our businesses for a variety of reasons, which we have just seen, then you are all in a BNI chapter right now. You all have a connection to BNI. So you're paying for this membership. How are you using your membership to meet your business goals? Because setting your business goals and using BNI as a part of your marketing should be a natural connection. So maybe some of you are using your current memberships, your relationships with your fellow members, the resources with BNI to help you meet those goals, like increasing your business by perhaps 10 to 15%. And maybe some of you are like, 10 to 15%, Jenni, that's small potatoes. I want to grow more than that. And some of you are new and you'd say, I'd be happy just to grow 5%. Whatever your goals are, we're hoping that your BNI membership is helping you meet that. In addition, you may be using your membership to get resources for your clients, because you look like a rock star when you can refer the people in your chapter to your clients and they do a good job for them. So hopefully that is also helping your business. And we always love to hear stories from our BNI members who are getting information from webinars, or who are learning to be better public speakers, doing all kinds of things they probably didn't anticipate when they first applied to join a chapter. But those things are part of your membership too. And obviously, we want you to increase revenue. We want you to make more money because of the activities that you're doing in your BNI chapter. It would be crazy if this weren't one of the reasons. We also imagine that expanding your network is part of why you joined a BNI chapter. You wanted to meet new people. Meeting new people, expanding your network is how you get more business. And that makes sense that you would pursue BNI. You may have heard we are the world's leading network referral organization. And so it makes sense that you're here. And the best way for you to expand your network, and the most efficient way, is to have the people you already know and trust bring them to you every week at your meeting. Doesn't that seem a logical place? You know where you're going to be every Wednesday morning or Thursday at lunch. So it's a great place for you to bring people to meet each other and let people experience the wonder of a BNI chapter. We know, and maybe some of you have seen this, Steve and I have established this is our #1 favorite slide in all of BNI.
You've seen it at least 10 times on this webinar.
Right. And you'll keep seeing it because I think it's so effective. We know that if we all know about 100 people and we invite those people to visit the chapter, that is great because they might do business with the people in your chapter. They may use your products and services. And that's not nothing. That can actually really help our businesses. However, we know that networking is about farming and not hunting. So over time, when those relationships are built, that's when we see the real value. And that's why we have meetings every week and not just monthly or periodically. It's why we have an attendance policy. So you're there every week building those relationships. And we know that magic happens in building relationships during things like one-to-ones. So that's part of the system. So when those visitors who might have a one-off purchase actually become new members, then they bring all of their clients into your networks. And as they meet new people, they're there every week to introduce them to you. And maybe you can meet the people those new clients meet. And that is the beauty of the exponential growth of a network when you're in a chapter meeting over and over, doing all the things that make BNI work.
Yeah.
Now, what we know is...
Whoops. I'm sorry. I was just going to jump in there and say because we go back to that slide, Jenni. That 850,000 is like the total for the chapter and 3 million for a 50-member chapter. And I will tell you, this happened to me. I experienced it long before this slide was created. But I will tell you, life is a lot better when referrals are falling into people's laps, because there are so many referral opportunities out there. In a smaller group, you just don't see that as much.
Yeah, that's true. And people have asked if there's a slide that talks about what happens if you go from 15 to 20 or 15 to 25. There may be slides out there. We don't have them, or I don't have access to them, but we like the drama of this one anyway.
It's very dramatic.
Yes. So we know that when we're inviting specifically for an event, yes, we want to be inviting throughout the year, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we know that we have between 25 and 40% more renewals in April or May than we do any other time of the year. And it's because we have these spring visitor events, which tells us the visitor events that we're having in the spring, and we've done this traditionally with Member Extravaganza and Activate. When we do these year over year, not only do we know more people join, they apply and the membership committees approve them to join the chapters, but because we have so many renewals, we know they stay in the chapters. We know it's working for their businesses. So these spring visitor events are effective, or we wouldn't keep doing them, because our mission, as we may have told you before, is to increase our members' businesses. That's you. And so these things are effective and we want to keep doing them. In fact, that's why we keep doing them. And that is a tradition. And then we sometimes add or change things to make them better. That's an innovation. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a core value. Traditions plus innovation. Yes. So this year, our theme in BNI is Better Together. And so our spring visitor events are going to be called Better Together Days. And you see, we have this nice logo where Better Together actually is one word, Better Together. And we are going to make that. Yay, marketing. Yay, marketing. So we are going to see what we can give you as tools and processes to bring people into your chapter where you know your members already are, so they can meet the right people, expand your networks, and help your businesses grow. So we've designed two options that are not brand new, but we hope they are new and improved. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, where the resources and tools are, and then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. So you've got that Q&A section. I see a couple questions there. If you've put some things in the chat, if things are working for you, we'd love to hear those ideas as well. But we'll take some time at the end to go through the Q&A. So the first type of event that your chapter may want to have is called a visitor day. And you are probably very familiar with this idea. It is a singular event where everyone in the chapter invites people who might be good referral partner fits for the members of your chapter. So if I'm in your chapter and I know you need a painter, I'm going to reach out to all of the painters I can find to bring them to meet you. I'll email, I'll call them, I'll use my social media, because that's what Givers Gain is. I want you to meet the people who can help your business grow. I'm also going to call, we need somebody who's a massage therapist. I'll also call for the health people, and I'll call for the tradespeople, and we're all working together to have one big event. We want to have 20, 30, 50 visitors. We would love to have a separate venue or to have extra windows on Zoom. You can do these online or in person, but this is for everybody to come together and have an event. And we have some structure around this so that you don't have to make it up as you go along. Your chapter success coaches or your support directors have been trained. We have lots of resources for you so that it is just plug and play for you to do 5 or 6 weeks before your event. You know what to do each week. We even have recorded education moments for you, featuring yours truly. I'll tell you where to find those a little bit later. So 4 weeks before the event, 3 weeks before, your education coordinator knows exactly what to do. And we are going to increase the energy, engagement, and hopefully the revenue that your chapter is bringing in, because you are having all these people come to look, oh, what is this BNI wonder? I've never seen anything like it. And then they will want to apply to your chapter. And then it's up to your membership committee to determine who is best. A second kind of event that your chapter may want to look into is something specifically for the contact spheres. So this is going to be for some of those contact spheres in your chapter that might be smaller. Maybe you have a big financial real estate contact sphere, but your health services need some help, or your trades need some help. You can concentrate on just those things so everybody is finding people for that. We know that 50 to 60% of our referrals come from people in our contact spheres. So if you don't have a balanced chapter, some people are not getting the referrals that they could get. And I know, Steve, you've had lots of experience and you have some strong opinions about how important contact spheres are. What do you have to add to this?
I think they're the most important part of your chapter, running well for a long time. And I'll tell you that between the two choices, and this is personal for me, but if I had to choose between a general visitors day or a contact sphere day like this, I would go with this one. Do you remember when you were in school and your teacher would give you an essay and she'd give you the topic and you'd write out your essay and you'd be all done? And then there was that one time when she said, write about anything. And you're like, I don't know what to write about. It's kind of like that with visitors days. When you say, okay, well, let's bring in some visitors. Who am I inviting? I don't know. And your mind is all over the place. But if you have something like this in front of you and you know who's missing, and you can look right at it and say, we need to bring in these people to help these members make more money, I'm all about that.
Yeah, that is true. This is much more focused, especially if you have, we have a perfect model here. You have 6 different contact spheres. And if each of those contact spheres had 8 people, you would have a super healthy, thriving chapter of 48 people. So however you get to that, whether it's beef up the ones that are smaller or add more people to all of them, either way, if you go to the resources we have for these events, if it's a visitor day that blankets all the categories, we will still have ways to help you determine who you need. So if you want to just have one event, have it be a big blowout and a big party and have it be like a grand opening or something, you can do that. We'll help you find the right people. And if you want to just narrow down your contact sphere, we just need health and beauty. And that's what everybody will work toward. That is a legitimate way too. So you'll want to talk with the leadership of your chapter, everybody get together, decide what will be best for your chapter, and then we'll find the tools to help you get to where you want to go.
And I just want to say, this is the time for you to be bringing in new people.
Yeah.
Someone was saying, what the biggest percentage of renewals come this time of year, as well as new members coming in because we do this. And I can tell you that I am sure, and I've been hearing this for the past few years, when people are up for renewal, they look around the room and they see who's in there, right? And then they say, well, all right, do I want to renew? Yes, because I have a really great chapter. Or this chapter is missing some people. If I know that there's a big event and everybody's working towards that, I'm in. Yeah, I'm going to stay and I'm going to invite myself to make it happen.
Right. That's such a good point. Thank you, Steve. All right. So your first step is going to be to find a chapter champion, maybe 1 or 2 people in your chapter who are good at motivating people. They want to keep people on track, because even though it's only 4 or 5 weeks that you're gearing up for each of these events, we do want to make sure we're hitting the goals along the way and that everybody is invested, everybody's engaged. So it could be one of your visitor hosts. We used to have a specific position called a growth coordinator. I know that one of the membership committees positions is specifically geared toward this. It doesn't matter what position they actually have. You just want someone designated for this process who can motivate people, who can get up in front of the room and talk to people about what's happening, explain things clearly. And there are some real benefits to you having that kind of visibility if you might want to be that person, because people look to you as knowing what's going on. You have credibility here. You must be good at your business. Any leadership opportunity is a good opportunity for you to get credibility for your business as well.
And I will say the person who is the champion could be anyone, right, in the chapter who's got that kind of energy and desire to make this thing happen. But please, if you are a president, vice president on the membership committee, please back up your champion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That is the key to getting everybody on board to make it happen.
That's true. I thought you were going to say, if you're the president, this isn't the best job for you. And I was going to say, that might be true.
Well, true. Yeah, let someone else have that spotlight, but back up that person and make sure that this happens, because it's really important.
That's so true. Yes. All right. So what tools do we have available? Can we build it? Yes, we can.
Wow. Okay.
Those of you with little kids, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't. Okay.
Okay. So we have some things that are going to be very helpful to you. You hopefully already know how easy the BNI Connect app is to make an invitation. You just open up, click on the bottom to visitors, and then you can send them an email. You can send them a text. You can share a link and invite them to your chapter for this event. And so this is all part of the education moment process as well. Your coaches and directors also have lots of tools to help you, but the inviting part is something you want to make sure everybody gets in on. Whatever method you use, you just want to be helping each other. We find that over the years, about 20% of the people in the chapters do most of the inviting. So if you are one of the other 80%, you're like, I am not great at this. One of the things you can do is take a cue from those people who are connected and good at inviting. You also could say, hey, who are you inviting? I'll invite them too. And then we can, or I can call your person and you can double up, triple up. You can help support one another by layering those invitations. So if this isn't your natural wheelhouse, there are still ways that you can really be supportive to the rest of your chapter. We also have a Visitor Resource Center webpage. This is new this year, and it is a video, as you can see, with someone very familiar to you, as well as links that visitors can go on to get some information about what a BNI chapter might be like, what they can expect at the meeting, how it can help their business, what's involved in the application process, and so on. We'll put the link to that one in the chat so you can go check that out. We also have lots of different kinds of social media. And this is a really important thing for us to be using, not just to say, oh, Joe in my chapter put this up on his Facebook page, isn't that great? Or look what Sally shared on Instagram. And we don't want to just like them. We want to share those things out. We want to put them on our public pages. We want to put them on LinkedIn, put them on Instagram, tweet them through the universe, do all the things that we can do to make this obvious. People would say, what is this BNI thing? And we can tell success stories. We can tell numbers. This is how much ROI people are getting. We also have some graphics for you for specific positions you're going to be looking for. If, for example, you're doing a contact sphere challenge and you want people who are in the trades, put up this. We need some cleaners, we want some restorers, we want some painters, and get all of the people that you know in those trades to be looking for other people who also might come to invite. Remember, you might invite somebody or put something on your social media and the person who sees it doesn't need to grow their business, or the person who sees it doesn't want to come to these meetings, but they may know someone and they can share it or tag someone. So there are lots of ways that we can use this. All of these and oh, so much more are available on bnibrandshare.com. You can also find specific Zoom backgrounds, all kinds of social media graphics and tools to help you with this kind of splash that you want to make to invite people. In addition, on BNI Business Builder, for those of you in a core region, that means you have a chapter success coach, you will be able to go into BNI Business Builder under resources. There's a section for United States Core, and then you will find Contact Sphere or Visitor Day education moments in the folder called Educational Moments. And if you happen to be in a franchise region, that means you have an executive director and a support director, you can find all of these on the Team USA YouTube channel, all of these videos, and you just have to search for Visitor Day or Contact Sphere. And so you can find these education moments there. Because we don't want you to just use them one time. We want you to know where they are. We're thinking, in addition to just the education moments, there's also one education moment on there that's a follow-up education moment for the week after your meeting. So you can talk to everybody about the best way to follow up to make sure people are filling out applications and all that. In addition, we would love for you to be thinking about things that are already on the calendar and natural ways to keep the cadence of inviting and expanding your network going. We have International Networking Week and these spring visitor events on the calendar every year for the first 2 quarters. Wouldn't it be a fun follow-up if you did something in the summer? Maybe in July, you have a teacher appreciation event. Teachers aren't teaching their classes like they are in the school year during July, so they may come. Can they join your chapter? Probably not. However, who knows more people than a teacher? Because I remember when I was teaching high school, I probably had 120 students that would go through my classroom over the course of the day. They all have families, they all live in neighborhoods, they all get their hair cut, they all know general contractors, they all go to doctors. Teachers know people. So what about just having an event that celebrates teachers? You could do the same thing for first responders. Thank you for getting us through the last 2 years. Come to our chapter. All of those people know people. And fall homecoming, end of the year contest, you can do things all year long that are going to continually expand your network, bringing people in from other places like chambers of commerce, your neighborhood, all around, so that you can help continue that giver's gain core value by introducing your referral partners to the people they need to meet their business goals. Hey, let's make more money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the big finish. So let's see if we have any questions. Let's see if we have any great ideas in the chat about these Better Together days.
Okay, so let's start with Virginia is asking, I'm the education coordinator for my chapter, and I know nothing about the material available for education moments to support a visitor day. Where is that information, and how or when will we be given access to it? Is there a communication plan?
You have access to it right this very minute, Virginia. If you will go to one of these places, you will find it will say week 1 visitor day education moment, week 2 visitor day education moment. So you'll count backwards from the day you want to have your event. So if you wanted to have your event on April 20th, next week would probably be week 1 and then week 2. So you would just go backwards from your event to figure out the weeks. So those are available immediately. And if you have any questions, your chapter success coach or your director, your support director will have that information as well.
Jenny, several people have asked for this entire PowerPoint. Is that something you can share?
Yes, I will send it to you and you can send it to them. How about that?
I would love to do that.
Yes, that is giver's gain right there.
Okay, so that seems like that's it for our Q&A, unless anyone else has any other questions. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go into chat here.
Yeah.
Where will the replay be located? I'm going to write. Okay, so yes, I will upload this later today on our BNI Team USA YouTube channel, and I will put in the link right now for that.
Yeah. Also, something that may be helpful to any of you who are visitor hosts or want to maybe be your chapter champion. There is every month I have a visitor host event, a webinar that I host. But I know that there are people who are not visitor hosts who come, and that is fine. You are more than welcome. I want to be sure that you know on March 31st, that's a week from Thursday at, I should know this, I have too many things on my calendar, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. There is something called Visitor Host Spring Training. I know you like that, Steve. You like a little baseball analogy.
I am ready for some baseball.
You're ready for baseball.
I have to have some baseball in my life soon.
But yeah, you can wear your Boston Red Sox socks.
That's right.
So March 31st, look on your regional calendar. If you are in the core regions, look for a regional calendar. If I can, I will also send a link and some information to Steve. So when he sends the follow-up email, you can register for that. We will be concentrating at spring training. You know, athletes go to spring training every year because you have to go back and rehearse the basics. So we are going to be focusing on an effective orientation and follow-up for your visitors, because we know that these Better Together days are starting a week from Monday. And so we want everybody to be prepared. So now is all about the inviting and setting it up so that you can be successful. And then we are going to cover on the spring training event on the 31st, how you have an effective orientation so that you can tell your visitors how great BNI is, get their questions answered before they can even ask them, and then have a plan for your chapter to have really effective follow-up, because you may have heard the expression, the fortune is in the follow-up. And so we want to make sure that you are having adequate and excellent follow-up for your visitors who come, so they don't feel like, well, now what do I do? We want them to know what you do next is you apply to this chapter. And if they can't apply to your chapter, we have your directors and coaches have access to other chapters as well. So if you have painters who come, but you already have a painter in your chapter, probably some chapter in your city or in a neighboring city might need a painter. And so we can work together with you. The regional team can work with you to still find placement for them. That's good for everybody, because the more people we have in a variety of BNI chapters, the more people you have in your community who do business the way you do. And you know that you can still give a BNI referral to someone who has been vetted by a membership committee, and they still are a quality, high caliber professional, even if that person is not in your particular chapter. So we want to find places for as many people as possible. And we are launching new chapters all the time. So there's room for everyone.
Robin says, I was hearing this week about Activate. Is that different from Better Together Days?
That is a very good question. This year's theme is Better Together Days. Last year's theme was Activate. So that's the traditions plus innovation. We're always going to be doing something in April and May because that seems to be a really great time to focus our efforts on visitors. But this year we are calling what has been known as Extravaganza or Activate. This year's theme is Better Together Days, but it's still the same concept and process. We're just calling it something different because we're better together this year. Next year will be something else.
We're going to be even better together next year.
Super duper.
Okay, cool. All right. Are we at the end?
Well, I have no more
wow.
Content.
5 minutes early, Jenny. Pretty good. All right, folks. Any other questions? Let me look at Q&A and see what's in there.
I'm going through the chat as well.
Definitely like the slides, no problem. I tried saving one of the brand category social posts, but it's not working. Is there something I can try differently, or is there something I'm doing wrong? Usually if you select it, you have to go to the download button and hit the download after you select it. So see if that works.
Yes, this is one CEU. Martha is asking. Yes, it is a CEU today.
It is, even if it's not an hour.
You get 2 for the price of 1 today.
It's the power of the Friday webinars. So we give a full CEU, even if it's like 10 minutes, which it won't be. Don't expect that.
We have such good stuff.
Right.
Oh, I love that you put in here Steve's favorite slide, just one slide.
Yeah.
They can use in their chapters.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. It's fun to use.
Hey, if any of you are going to the national conference in San Diego at the end of April, I would love to know if you're going. There's a Facebook page for you if you are going. We are going to have a whole session. Our global marketing VP, Trip Setliff, and I are going to do a presentation at the conference about the visitor experience. And I had a meeting today with him, combined with a little jolt of caffeine has made me very excited. We are going to have a memorable presentation. You can also get tickets virtually. So if you can't go to San Diego, you could participate that way, and you could still have the benefit of a really great visitor presentation about making it just a red carpet experience